Okay. Alright, cool. Alright, so we are loading up Celestial Return. We played this last week, and absolutely loved it. It's like a crazy roll the dice cyberpunk, a little bit of eldritch horror. It's just it's nuts. We have a talking Rose that is a way better person than us, well, at least for now. She's learning from us, so hopefully we won't turn her into a monster. Specifically last time, I I died. And then I think the game froze. This is the one with yeah, the baby fight club. Good night, Neville. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. I need to fix this YouTube thingy. Oh, come on. You know what? We'll just turn this one off. Yeah. So this game is pretty wild. But I really liked it. It's just not a game that I can do for a full stream because it's a lot of reading. A lot of voice work, you know. Last time, like I said, we died. We made the wrong decisions, slash the dice rolls did not favor us. We're still at that point, either because the game, like, froze, or, I don't know, maybe that's just how it works. We'll see. So, yeah, we're diving right into it. Just rat on into it. Okay. PID's in the lobby. Right now. One team's already in the elevator shaft. Air support in 2 minutes. Air support? For one guy? I feel special. So this is Rose, my talking flower that we found years ago. She is not necessarily normal in this world, but she seems to like us. I pulled a heavy favor. I'm lining up a ride. Just get to the street and try not to die before it gets there. Howard looks wildly down the hall. To his left, the elevator bank. To his right, the fire stairs. Across the hall, the double glass doors of the only other tenant. So we tried to break through these doors, which was not actually possible. At least not in the way that I tried. Speaking of rides, I think the wrong one is fast approaching. A soft ding echoes from the elevator bank. The numbers are climbing. 5, 10, 15. You can't walk down. They'll have a containment squad waiting at the bottom of the stairs, and the elevator is a kill box. Sky Breach architects. They might have a way off this rock that doesn't involve the front door. A window! There! Shatter it! Run! Jump! Fly! So we could try... we either have to get a 12 or an 18. Because it won't let me do what I did before. Oh yeah, it will. Let's see. We didn't lock it. We couldn't break into it. So yeah, I think he's gonna try and kick it. Okay, here we go. 7 seconds, Howard. You need to be off this floor yesterday. Corner stress point. One precise bullet to short the circuit. Let's try perception. Don't I have some perception die? I have an intelligence die. Should I have gone with oh, here we go. Intelligence. PK's die specifically. So already +2. Get rid of this virtue one. Do we trust using only 2? I don't know. Let's get rid of this corporate die. Okay. Howard squeezes the trigger. The bullet strikes true, punching through the casing. A shower of blue sparks erupts. The magnetic seal dies instantly. Howard shoulders the door open and slips inside. A half-second later, the elevator outside slides open. Heavy boots thunder across the floor. The sound is aggressive, disciplined, and terrifyingly close. They're checking Harris's office first. You've got a tiny window. Use it. Howard turns to face the room. The space is dominated by a massive floor-to-ceiling holographic display of New Stratum. Scale models of needle-thin towers sit on drafting tables, and the far wall is lined with construction gear, harnesses, helmets, and survey drones. Gotta remember, I gotta like move this more in front of me, because I'm like reading out of this corner all the time. It's not usually a problem. It's just like be barely in frame. Beyond them, the terrace doors rattle against the high altitude wind. You have an asset here. Architects don't just draw buildings, they climb them. Look for a way down. Hide inside the hollow base of the city model and stay silent until PID moves on. Perception, check the gear check the gear racks. A shooter or a glider can let you take the terrace exit. That would be a beast mode. I don't know if hiding inside the model is the right choice. Let's see if it kills me. Howard scrambles into the crawl space beneath the massive architectural model. It's dark, cramped, and feels secure. He holds his breath as heavy boots stomp into the room. For a second, there is silence. Thermal contact. Behind the Toy City. I should have known they'd have thermal. Line of sight, yes. But we're not heat. We're glowing like a flare. Dang it. I should have jumped. 3 laser sights are already painting his chest. Target acquired. Night-night. Yeah, we died. The taser prongs hit him before he can even raise his hands. Alright, we gotta try again. Evasion of justice, corporate trespass. I should have just looked for something to jump off of the thing. But it would have been so fun if I managed to just hide and then escape later. Okay. I wonder if we can manage it with just the 2 die instead of 3. Use the intelligence one. Kicking it does not work. I'll tell you that right now. What do I need? A 6? Oh, 7. I can't even see this one. Alright, it breaks us through. We're in. We're in, chat. Okay. So now we're not gonna hide this time. We gotta find some gear. Metaphor die. We don't have very many pluses. I don't know. Don't know if we want to risk it. We're using up too many die, but you know what? I'm nervous. I don't want to die again. Yeah, we only got 2 over. Howard's eyes scan the chaos of the gear wall, filtering out the useless junk, helmets, vests, clipboards. Third shelf. Heavy motor casings, reinforced plating. That's a lift drone. He scrambles up the rack and pulls down a sky hauler drone, a beast of a machine built to lift steel beams, or one desperate detective. Next to it, mag clamps, designed for high-altitude external hull maintenance. Let's see, mag clamps will be violent and searing hot, but fast way to the bottom, or slow and loud, but it's a controlled descent. I really want to use the drone. I'm gonna die again, aren't I? Howard kicks the terrace doors open, and the freezing wind of the upper city howls in. He steps onto the ledge, looking down at the infinite drop. He locks his grip on the drone's industrial handles and slams the activation stud. Then he jumps. You crazy son of a bitch. For a terrifying second, he drops like a stone. Then turbines catch. The drone yanks against gravity, forcing his descent into a violent, shaking drop. Above him, armored figures swarm the terrace, but Howard is already gone, swallowed by the noise and the neon fog. Well, detective, you're alive. Again. Let's not ruin the streak. Do I tell her that I died twice? 1 XP gain because you're not dead yet. He stumbles forward, leaning against a brick wall. The adrenaline crash hits all at once. His hands are shaking. Your heart is beating so fast it hurts. Breathe. If you pass out now, this was all for nothing. Okay, good, good. My ride's looping the block. 90 seconds. Howard pushes himself off the brick wall, stepping out of the alley and into the freezing downpour. The PID would never stop hunting Howard after tonight, but Howard knows that surviving the hunt isn't the same as winning the war. Nethervale doesn't mourn the people it breaks, and it certainly doesn't celebrate the ones who survive. End of book 2. Let's go. I feel like book 2 was much shorter than book 1. Oh yeah, time to vibe. So remedy coded. I love how it's just like a server and stuff. Ew, why? I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you why, Kel. Probably to get that reaction from people. Man, it's gonna ramp up. I don't know. What the heck are they gonna do to me in the last chapter? Alright. We're coming into this 3rd chapter. Very low on dice. I'm kind of nervous about it, but I really wanted to get out of that heckin' sequence. Kind of like mesmerizing in its own weird little way. And it's a perfect coffee break. Alright, gang. It is time for the next chapter. Well, the next book, I should say. There's a smart way to handle this, and then there's Howard's way. Ignoring the exit ramp, he goes all in against the untouchables. It's time to drag the ugly truth kicking and screaming into the light. Bro! Maybe a raven. Either way, look at him. He's so cute. Oh, even in the rain, majestic. Look at him. He's beautiful. They're like, we want some music videos. And I'm like, okay. Catch him. Eat him. I feel like they went and filmed a real crow. And then for the human, they just like did it in the engine. Oh look, there's people up on the cliffs. Oh, look, there's the computer people again. Oh, there's our favorite little Corvid. I kind of feel like starting out with this song that's going pretty hard means we're in for some shit real quick. We have stirred the hornet's nest. I'd watch that little burb all day. Alright. We're getting right back into it. Nethervale is still trying to kill him when the driver arrives. Oh, actually, real quick. I gotta we gotta let the Discord know that we switched games. Oh, shoot. What's going on here? A concussive sub-bass thrum shakes the pavement. The fog parts violently as an oxidized violet rig tears around the corner. It rolls nearly onto its side before snapping upright and slamming to a halt inches from Howard's knees. The passenger door kicks open. The driver sits stone still, face hidden by a helmet. There is no steering wheel. The driver's gloved hands rest motionless in their lap. Thick black data cables snake out from the base of their helmet, feeding directly into the dashboard. The car and driver are no longer separate. You look like you just pissed off a lot of expensive people. Get in. We adventure. DK's ride, I assume. Howard throws himself into the passenger seat. A neural command hits the engine and the machine screams, launching forward before Howard can even pull his second leg inside. Acceleration pins him to the leather. That launch hit harder than I expected. Push into your hip to see what's stabbing you. Apparently I cannot. How do I keep missing opportunities? Ignore it. Eyes forward. Watch the street. Howard keeps his gaze locked straight ahead, watching the heavy fog rust past the window. The sharp pressure in his thigh is ignored as the cabin fills with the harsh whine of an incoming transmission. DK's voice bursts through the car's speakers. Holy hell. I can't believe that actually worked. Hope you saved some luck for the ride home. No, I didn't. I don't have any more luck. Where am I dumping him? 2 seconds of dead air pass. Inside the rig, it feels like 10. Oi! Lady! Coordinates. I'm working on it. We're in a flying coffin with PID on our ass and you don't have a plan. Hey, as long as the ride has cup holders, I'm good. Alright, we're gonna use a virtue. DK, breathe. It's okay. Just do your best. Thanks, Howard. I'm on it. Just give me a second to reroute. Oh, look. PID database, subject Howard Thorne, status XPID, flagged, incident active chase. Oh, fantastic. Flying blind with a target on my back. You better have deep pockets for this, DK. On the dashboard, a proximity sensor screams in a sharp red pulse. Howard looks through the rear glass. 3 PID pursuit drones are tearing through the mist. Oh, company's here. No shit. The driver's helmet tilts a fraction of an inch to the left. In immediate sync, the heavy rig rolls 90 degrees, banking hard between 2 tower blocks. Jet, you're too exposed. The engine screams. The car stops climbing and noses down toward the heavy blanket of gray fog that swallows the city's roots. The Foundation? Are you insane? 1 support column and we're done. Pull up. Relax. I spent 5 years running contraband through this fog. I know where the walls are. The car plunges into the darkness. The neon lights vanish. The world becomes a swirling gray void. The true scale of the city reveals itself. Massive concrete pillars loom like the ribs of a rotting leviathan. The rig drops into a terrifying, high-speed slalom through pitch-black ruins, trusting nothing but the driver's memory to keep them from being smeared across the cold, industrial concrete. Dial that down just a smidge. Radar is clean. We lost him. The words barely register before a new alarm shrieks. Solid yellow. Collision warning. A collapsed industrial crane bursts out of the gray, hanging directly across their path. There is no time to stop. Driver, shit, brace. Let's see, throw your arms over your head to protect your skull, twist your body, sacrifice your arms to shield your vitals. Don't move, keep your eyes open and watch the end come. Close your eyes, hope for a miracle, pray this isn't the end. I guess we gotta try and protect our skull. Howard curls his spine, locks his arms, and tucks his chin to his chest. The crane's counterweight shears through the passenger door. Metal folds. Glass explodes. The impact drives through his arms, through his ribs, through everything. The rusted iron misses his skull by an inch, but the crushed door caves in his ribs with the force of a wrecking ball. The world spins. Sparks shower the fog. The rig skids to a halt on a wet concrete ledge. Howard! Jet! Talk to me! Howard tries to inhale. He can't. His chest doesn't move. I need a doctor! Howard, answer me! The driver looks over at the passenger seat. Fuck. Howard looks down. Where his ribs should be, there is only jagged metal and dark, spreading wetness. Get up! Get the fuck up! You've been hit worse than this! The driver unbuckles and grabs Howard's shoulder, shaking him hard. Hey, look at me. Don't check out yet. You're my paycheck. The diaphragm is severed. The lungs are flooding. This is fatal. You tried. You didn't run. You didn't leave anyone behind. I guess I needed to save my vitals. Jet! I'm losing his readings. He's flatlining. Howard! The cold rushes in. Heavy. Absolute. We're out of time. Howard closes his eyes. I just keep dying. Oh.
Really bad. Worse than usual.
Hold on.
Open your fucking eyes! Russ, I would be kinder. Okay. Time's up, I guess.
Can't really hear them that well.
We're not doing this. You absolute shit stain. Not like this. Not fucking ever.
So these are the different ones.
The body's slipping. It's all right. Let it go.
What if I don't want to let go?
Let it. Howard! You motherfucker! Dying is fucking forbidden!
Dying is forbidden, chat. You hear that?
Die here. Get the fuck up!
Am I alive? I feel pretty dead. What in the hell? Crashborn. What? Darkness. Absolute and heavy. Heavy as water at crushing depth. A void where time goes to die. There's a voice. Ribcage is pulverized, heart's barely pushing sludge. I have to scoop the rest of it out. Am I about to become a cyborg? I don't care what you cut away, Doc. Keep him breathing. See, consciousness is critical. Stay present. The sound. Focus on the sound of the saw. No, thank you. You have promises to keep. Don't let go. Don't let them cut you quietly. Is that a drill? I hate the dentist. Wake up. Should we try foolishness? What dice do we have left? Like nothing. I don't really have a persuasion. So we'll try intelligence. I really don't have enough dice. I don't know. Failed. Darkness. 10 less than darkness. I should have just used one, I guess. There isn't even black left to hold on to. The sludge in Howard's chest finally stops pumping. The void is incredibly peaceful. A vast, quiet ocean. It whispers. You don't have to carry the heavy coat anymore. You don't have to fight the rain or the city. You can just stop. Cortical activity ceasing. We are experiencing brain death. Get up! Get the hell up! We're not dying on a rusted table smelling like bleach. We can't stay here. Rose is still out there. DK is exposed. If we die, they die. The darkness ripples. The sheer gravitational pull of his unfinished business begins to condense. From the collective refusal of his shattered psyche, a polyhedral shape begins to manifest. It is the heavy, undeniable weight of chance. A second wind forged from pure, stubborn willpower. We manifested a die. We don't lose to a fucking car crash. Roll the damn thing again, and this time, don't fuck it up. Roll it. For them. For the ones who still believe in you.
The magic math rock says we don't have to die today. Neat.
We gotta claw our way out of the darkness. But we still gotta get a 6, man. I don't think it's happening. Howard's phantom hand hurls the die into the endless black. It strikes an invisible floor, tumbling, bouncing, and finally settling. What the fuck was that? We fucking manifested a die for you and that's what you roll? You gave me a really shitty die. Hush now. It's over. You tried your best. You fought as hard as you could. The darkness fills Howard's throat, his mind, erasing the last lingering fragments of the detective he used to be. We're having a hard time being Howard right now. Cause of death, massive blunt force trauma sustained during high velocity impact, complete collapse of both lungs, multiple rib fractures, heart laceration. Jesus. Okay, so maybe we protect our vitals. The game seems to get mad at me when I die. It's like you don't get to just die. Quit the game. How dare you perish? That was weird. The image that usually loads there was not. Okay. So where are we now? Oh. Why are we at the end of book 2? Okay, into the inferno. Into the unknown. Okay. I wonder what we would have needed to do to notice the thing that was in our hip. Okay, we're just gonna use our virtue. Yeah, she just says no shit. Okay, so this time, let's try shielding my vitals. Howard aggressively twists his torso, throwing his shoulder forward to take the brunt of the hit. The crane's counterweight shears through the passenger door. Metal folds, glass explodes. The impact drives through his shoulder, through his collarbone, through everything. The rusted iron shatters his arm, but the crushed door still caves in his side with the force of a wrecking ball. How do I crush my lungs anyway? Yep. Alright, so there's no saving myself from that. Yeah, so here we are dying. So we basically have to succeed these rolls while we're on the operating table.
Really bad. Worse than usual.
I should have...
Okay, time's up, I guess.
Time's up.
We're not doing this. You absolute shit stain. Not like this. Not fucking ever. The body's slipping. It's all right. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it. Howard! You motherfucker! Dying is fucking forbidden! Do not fucking die here! Get the fuck
Are there any dying here? I need more dye. Yep. Let it go. Although in this case, letting it go means I'll die. Hello again, Twixie. Hey. So, same thing. What dice did we have again? The cold never bothered Twixie anyway. We have just persuasion rolls. Everything else sucks. Ugh. Ugh. Maybe we do this and then possibly die.
Hello again.
And then use the 2 dice on the next roll. You are becoming a raid professional to make Papa proud. You mean to run them with Tree and I? Wait, how did this one? Oh, what did I need? Okay, we needed a 6, right? Okay, so
Good
now.
news, everyone.
Good news. Hello. Hello, Prismatic. Okay, so now we have another die. And not a good one, mind you, but it's here. And then we're gonna use both of these. Not this one. That's gonna -2. It's too dangerous. Good news. Yes! We're gonna survive! 2 hours! What, until you get to go home? Consciousness snaps back like a broken wire. A blinding halo of white light cuts through the pitch black, buzzing like an angry hornet. Oh, you pushed about extending a visit, so you're finally getting 2 hours. Nice! Howard's jaw unhinges in a reflex to scream, but there is no air in his lungs. Neural integration is rejecting the interface. Hold him down. Heavy hands pin him to the bloody steel. A sharp prick in the neck. Liquid fire floods his veins. The white halo flickers, shrinking, threatening to disappear again. Yeah, 2 hours without. Yeah, I figured after you said the next part. The darkness is lifting. Find the light. Howard's eyes snap open to a concrete ceiling and the scent of antiseptic. He lies on a blood-stained table. His arms are gone. In their place, 2 heavy industrial limbs hang from his shoulders like loaded weapons. Below them, a torso of seamless synthetic flesh, lacking any of the scars, hair, or natural contours of a human body. I'm a cyborg. He flexes his new fingers. They are long, skeletal, and sharp, more claw than hand. Had to amputate the shoulder. Both sides. Crash turned your bones into powder. He kind of looks almost like he's a robot himself. The torso is custom. It's not pretty, but it's bulletproof. Where is the coat? Howard's eyes dart frantically around the room. Stop sitting there! Move! Find it! Find her! My coat. Where is it? The tech doc points a wet finger toward a pile of rags on a chair. It's ruined, soaked in blood and oil. I was going to burn it. Howard tries to launch himself across the room, but the physics are wrong. His human legs buckle momentarily under the crushing new weight of his steel torso. He forces his exhausted leg muscles to carry the tank he has become. He grabs the trench coat. It's torn and stiff with dried blood. He clutches it to his chest, his metal chest, and scans the room. Bathroom? Through the back, but... Howard doesn't wait. He kicks the rusty door open and slams it shut behind him, engaging the lock. He leans against the sink. The mirror is cracked, splitting his reflection. Let's look at what they've made us. His face is still his own. Bruised, unshaven, human. But it sits atop a body of war. A grotesque collage of man and machine. The man he was, and the machine he is becoming. Enough. Check on Rose. His steel hands tremble as he reaches into the pocket. His fingers brush against weighted dice. Lucky charms that clearly failed him at the tower. He closes his metal fist around them and tucks them away. 2 dice found. He reaches back in and pulls Rose out. Her stem is bent. The petals are bruised.
Rose, say something.
I've had gentler afternoons.
You're alive.
Define alive. I'm bent at a 45-degree angle. I think I lost a pistol, and you smell like a battery factory. Have a good lork. Bye, Cal. Rose's head swivels slightly, taking in Howard's new appearance. Well, look at you. Shiny, hard, expensive. It's a walking receipt for DK's dice. They rebuilt me. At least I'm waterproof now. No more catching colds in the rain.
They rebuilt me. Best they could.
And it finally matches your personality. Cold and abrasive. Howard doesn't say anything. You kept your hand over your pocket when we hit. He looks at his metal fingers.
The last thing you did, you covered your heart. You covered Rose. I'm sorry. I promised to keep you safe and I almost got you killed.
You almost got killed. You took 90% of the impact. I just got rattled. So don't go getting weepy on me. Just try to dodge the next building, okay? Howard carefully places Rose back into his pocket. He looks at himself in the mirror. The shock is fading. All that's left is the mission. Quest updated, friendly fire. He straightens the coat. The fabric screams in protest, seams popping at the shoulders as they struggle to contain the heavy chrome underneath. There goes the armpit and the elbow. Add new coat to the revenge list. Howard straightens the collar one last time and opens the door. My metal chest. 3 people turn to look at him. The tech doc, wiping blood off a saw. DK, looking pale. And a woman he doesn't recognize.
You're the driver.
Sometimes. The name is Jet. And you're the guy who owes me a new passenger door and a new upholstery cleaning? Do you have any idea how hard it is to get blood out of perforated leather? I left a lung in your back seat, call it a trade. Have you ever tried club soda? I heard that gets blood out.
You banked left. You shielded yourself and exposed me.
The room goes silent. Jet doesn't flinch. She holds his gaze, cold and unapologetic. Reflex. Pilot survives, the mission survives. If I die, we both hit the ground at terminal velocity. You're welcome. DK steps between them, raising her hands to cut the tension.
Okay, enough. We have a bigger problem.
She points toward a wall-mounted screen. I'll give a little news lady. Rogue agent, armed and extremely dangerous. Suspect is linked to the Elysium Tower massacre. Massacre? I didn't kill anyone, did I? The footage shows the shattered lobby, PID troopers, and a blurry still of Howard's face.
Massacre! Nice touch! You have to go public, but without evidence, nobody's going to believe you.
Every screen in the city is running that broadcast. Howard watches his own wanted poster disappear behind another replay of the tower.
I'm not dropping this. I just need evidence.
Jet lets out a dry laugh and reaches for her helmet. Heartwarming, truly, but I don't do revenge quests, I do transport. And since my car is currently a piece of modern art, I'm cutting my losses. Good luck with the revolution. She turns toward the exits. See, you drove the getaway car, PID, so are you already in this? You just want to renegotiate your rate. Let's hear it. Try that one. Jet stops, a slow, cynical smirk spreading across her face. Nothing gets past the great detective, huh? Fine. She starts ticking demands off on her fingers. Triple the daily rate, full compensation for the car, and whatever corporate slush funds we find along the way, I get the first dip. Deal? Before the deal is even sealed, a sharp buzz cuts through the room. Howard's co-meek lights up. Caller ID, Kiri.
Don't answer that.
Does kind of seem like a setup, but also...
She wouldn't call unless it was serious.
Oh, do I trust her or not? Second you answer, PID has our location. I don't know. She still works there. The audio crackles with static, then clears into a voice that Howard knows too well. Howard, listen. Don't go to your office and tell DK to stay away from her apartment. Her voice drops lower. Meet me at the Crow. Midnight. Don't call back. The line goes dead. Interesting. DK's thumb swipes across her wrist comm. A small holographic display springs to life. The grainy feed stabilizes. 3 armored PID agents are tearing apart her living room. Lilith. Oh yeah, her sister. DK's teenage sister. The blood completely drains from her face. She snatches the clean comic off the tech doc's bench. Her fingers shake violently as she punches in a number.
Pick up! Come on, pick up!
Hello?
Lil, listen to me. Don't go home.
E? Stay away from the building. Do you understand? What's going on? You're freaking me out. You need to get to the Foundation. Right now. Use the old freight tunnel. I'll meet you there. She ends the call and slumps against the workbench, gasping for air like she just ran a mile.
Lilith knows what to do. She'll be okay.
DK exhales a shaky breath and nods. Great, but we have a geography problem. The Crow's in Nethervale. I'm not driving up there.
We're not going up. The Crow is mobile. It sits on the mag rails.
Yeah, on a schedule. It doesn't drop to the Foundation until Thursday.
Leave that part to me.
What are you planning? Think this through first.
Registered device, active signal, easy trace.
Howard tosses it onto the workbench and brings his new steel fist down on it. The device vanishes into a spray of glass and plastic. My inventory has been updated. The comic has been forcefully removed. Leaving the wreckage on the table, he turns to DK. She silently hands him the tech doc's comic. His new metal fingers are surprisingly precise as he dials a number from memory. Hey, my comic is not a commit crimes device. Ask first. The line rings and connects. The Crow, if you're calling to complain about the music, don't.
It's Thornfield, don't hang up.
Howard, you've got a lot of nerve calling here. You know how hot you are right now?
Yeah, that's why I'm calling.
You're all over the news. They've got a bounty on your head. Why are you calling me?
I need the crow brought down to the Foundation tonight.
No, absolutely not. The bar stays where it is. I'm not losing my license for your vendetta. Ethics fee. I don't have the persuasion one.
See, we'll try a persuasion. 10 years at your bar. Never asked for a thing. I'm calling that favor in.
Do I have a persuasion dice still? No. Whew.
10 years? Has it been that long? Alright. For old time's sake, just don't get killed in my bar. Thank you. Kiri's coming in tonight. She gets past the threshold, all the way in, you drop the crow. That's it.
A pause on the other end, longer than comfortable.
You're going to get us both killed. Well, then we'll be dead together. ... I really hate you.
Call clicks dead. Howard tosses the comic back to the tech doc. She likes me.
I have to get Lilith. You figure out where we sleep tonight, because my place is Ash and yours is Watched. Jet, you know the Foundation. Any ideas?
Jet sighs, a long, annoyed sound of resignation.
I've got a container in the lower docks. You can crash there. Temporarily.
She digs into a pocket and pulls out a worn key card, tossing it to Howard.
Don't touch my stuff.
Why this on charity? What's the real price? Saving us twice in one night. I won't forget this. Let's try perception.
Charity? You wrecked my car and made me a fugitive. Keeping you alive is the only way I get paid back. The price is you surviving. Now, are we done with the interrogation?
I'll get Lilith. Meet you all later at the container. She grabs her jacket and is gone before anyone can argue.
Right, well, I have a car to unfuck. Gotta get it moving by midnight. Try not to schedule any more collisions before then.
He leaves too. Now it's just Howard and the tech doc in his clinic, or whatever it calls itself.
Let's see. You saved my ass. I won't forget it.
Yeah, sure. Just get out and take your bad luck elsewhere before you make this place famous. The Foundation air hits like a wet towel, thick, humid, and smelling of sulfur and fried noodles. Somewhere in the dark, a Magway train screams past like a metal ghost. The vibration travels up his boots and into his teeth. Well, you can't go meet Kiri like what?
I'm listening.
A miracle. The chassis didn't fry your common sense. Good. You need two things before midnight. One, a new coat. Preferably one that doesn't tell a whole story the second you walk into a room. And two, a new comic. Okay, the Foundation Mall experience. And yes, before you whine, it's necessary. Besides, I'm doing you a favor. New coat means you'll look slightly less pathetic. New comic means you can call for help when you inevitably do something stupid.
Okay, but I don't have dice.
Check your inner lining, left side. You stash emergency dice there, assuming the crash didn't incinerate it. Howard reaches into the tattered lining of his coat. His metal fingers brush against a few dice. It's not a fortune, but it's enough. I had 6 dice in my pocket!
You remember my pockets better than I do.
I live in your pockets, Howard. The rent is terrible, but the entertainment is nonstop. Foundation, starved of the sky. Alright. Got a gutter arcade, Nikki's studio, breaker passage, drowned velvet. About the propaganda poster. A wet, soggy propaganda poster clings to the wall like a parasite. It insists on being seen.
Pay your debt to society. Are you a fugitive running from the law?
Yes.
Financial delinquency, manslaughter, sexual assault, or even unauthorized journalism? Matters not. Turn yourself in today and volunteer at the Nethervale Project. Prove your worth to society with labor. Your sweat will wash away your crimes and build our future.
Labor shortage and overcrowding fixed in a single move. Corpos can be efficient when they want. NVPD and the city-state government of New Stratum strongly opposed the idea. The Nethervale project proceeded as planned.
Back then, they still had enough shame to pretend they stood for something.
Statistical record, 80% of prisms in New Stratum were classified as for-profit. Ownership, New Genesis, Ectovision, RR Industries.
So the corpos squeezed, shut the prisons, dumped the whole stinking mess into the streets, and the police and the state dropped their pants and bent over like always. Fucking pathetic. What were they supposed to do? Stop kissing corporate ass for 5 minutes and do their damn job?
Consider the arithmetic from a purely pragmatic standpoint. If your moral framework is sufficiently flexible, and your interpretation of anti-corruption statutes even more so, the deal was mathematically sound. The arithmetic gets much less elegant once you remember the percentages had names. Howard turns away from the soggy paper. He can almost hear the rhythmic clanging of hammers from the lower levels. The sound of 1,000 debts being paid in a hole that the sun never reaches. A purely prismatic standpoint? Who's Nikki? Do we know Nikki? Oh yeah, that's that one chick we met. The building smells like turpentine, old paper, and someone's attempt at frying fish 3 floors down. Howard's knock gets answered by a chain sliding, then a deadbolt. The door opens. Nikki stands there. Her almond-shaped eyes go wide, then narrow, traveling down from his face to his shoulders, to the heavy industrial limbs hanging there. I expected you to look different after the news, but I didn't expect a masterpiece of industrial trauma. Come in. The studio is one large room. Living space collapsed into one corner, mattress on a platform, clothes draped over a chair. The rest is work. Walls plastered with pages, a desk buried under tablets, scribbled notebooks, empty cups. Sorry about the mess. Creativity doesn't clean up after itself. He moves toward the center of the room. 2 chairs face each other, tables snaking between them to a jury-rigged console covered in warning labels she clearly wrote herself. Not for guests. I mean it. Nikki. And seriously, don't touch. Crossed out and rewritten twice. The neural rigs are mounted behind the chairs like predatory insects. I forgot what we were gonna do here. Want something to drink? I have water, need help beer, and something I made in a jar that might be poison. Give me the poison, I need the excitement. Let's get ourselves a beer. She grabs 2 bottles from a mini fridge covered in stickers, tosses one to him, and then drops into the chair closest to the console. For a moment, she just looks at him, her jaw tightening as she bites the inside of her cheek. I'm scared. The admission lands bare and honest. I've been sitting here for 3 days looking at those bridges, trying to talk myself into calling you, or calling it off. Haven't slept much, haven't written shit. And I keep thinking, what if this doesn't work? What if I just see something in there that makes it worse? She picks at a thread on her jeans. She catches herself, bites her cheek again. But I'm more scared of staying stuck.
What do you think you'll see?
I don't know. Maybe nothing. Maybe everything I've been avoiding. Part of me thinks I'll see proof that I'm broken. That the reason I can't write anymore is because something inside me just died. And part of me thinks I'll see the opposite. That I'll remember what it felt like to make something, and then have to watch it slip away again when the bridge cuts out.
You said it's safe, are you lying?
I said it was safe-ish. It won't kill us. Probably.
Then don't do it. Walk away.
And go back to what? I've already tried walking away. From the block, from the grief, from myself, and it just follows. It's not outside me, Howard. It's in me.
Alright, show me the bridges.
Nikki exhales like she's been holding her breath since he walked in. Right, the bridges. She reaches behind her, pulling the 2 rigs forward. Here's how it works. She turns one over, showing him the contact points. These create a temporary synaptic bridge. When we're both wearing them, our sensory cortexes will link, neural pathways temporarily align. Your brain won't know where you end and I begin. Neither will I. Ring, 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 ring. A Twixie phone. She holds her headset in her lap, her almond-shaped eyes fixed on Howard's, waiting for the green light.
You trusted me with this. I'm not backing out now.
Oh my gosh, I might die. Alright, let's see if your ghost's like my ghosts. She helps Howard settle the headpiece over his temples, then she fits her own, her black layers of hair falling over the wires. Alright, we got an XP. Brace yourself. I'm a lot. Her hand finds the switch. She looks at him once more, then throws it. Howard's last thought before the plunge is that he should have stuck to whiskey, cigarettes, and ordinary self-destruction. Then the bridge takes him. He is standing at a train station that does not exist. The floor is water, but he does not sink. The ceiling is sky, but there are no stars. There is a single moon, except it's not a moon. It's an eye, closed, twitching behind the lid like it's dreaming of him. He turns. There are copies of him, dozens, hundreds, lining the walls like mannequins. Each one is frozen, mid-argument, mid-pour, mid-bleed. Their faces are his face. Their wounds are his wounds. But their eyes are Nikki's. Howard looks down at his hands. They are every hand he's ever had. Small and scared, cuffed and bleeding, reaching for a bottle, reaching for a gun, reaching for something he lost before he knew its name. He looks back up. Nikki's eyes, almond-shaped and black but multiplied. A dozen pairs blinking in the walls, the ceiling, the water beneath him. He sees a mirror. When he looks into it, his reflection is Nikki, and Nikki's reflection is a version of herself with no eyes, ink pouring from the sockets in steady, patient streams. She isn't afraid of that version. She is homesick for it. He turns around. A third chair, empty. Waiting. Sit with me. This Nikki is translucent. She is made of everything she's lost. And so is he. ... The world snaps back. Howard is sitting in Nikki's studio again. Neither of them says anything. Some experiences don't survive language. Howard quietly heads for the door. Huh. I didn't get any dice out of that. I mean, I think she already gave me some before, but dang it. The Bacall is a tiny, cramped hole-in-the-wall shop squeezed between two massive ventilation turbines. Howard has to duck to enter. His massive new shoulders scrape against racks of expired candy and old electronics.
If you break it, you buy it.
This is Baba. Behind the counter sits the vendor, an ancient man in a stained undershirt with a thick mustache and sleepy eyes. He is sipping tea like the world can't hurt him anymore.
Well, speak.
What do you sell?
Stuff? Any trouble around here? Not if you pay.
That tea smells good.
It's tea. You talk too much. You don't talk much, do you? My son talked enough for the both of us. You get lonely down here?
Baba stops. He doesn't answer. He looks down at his tea, then looks at the empty stool next to him.
Thanks for the conversation.
Oh, I got Sonotaph. Fill the empty space with words to prove your existence. These are like secret insights. Oh wait, oh my gosh. Do I have skill points this whole time that I haven't been putting in here? Oh, I didn't want to be brain dead. Oh no. Oh no. Oh well, I guess we're gonna be a little brain dead. A temporary monument built of wasted breath. He filled the empty space with words, proving that existence requires a witness. By wasting time on small talk, you committed an act of rebellion. You reminded a lonely man that he exists, and that being seen is the only currency that matters.
Okay, enough sentimental garbage. I'll give you the good customer items, not the trash I sell to tourists.
Got a dirty beanie, leaky pen, pocket radio for perception. It's a perception reroll. I guess we should get a single-use reroll. You got a communist die. Get rid of the sponsor die.
Anything else?
No, thank you. It was nice meeting you. Baba waves a hand without looking up.
Good. Go spend your dice somewhere else.
Howard ducks back out into the wet heat of the foundation, the turbines howling above him. Rib Breaker Passage. Rib Breaker Passage is a massive industrial pipe forced into service as a tunnel. The metal walls are damp, insulation peeling, rust flaking off in wet curls. Water leaks through the seams and runs down in thin brown lines. Every sound lingers. Footsteps echo, bend, and come back wrong. This place feels like a throat, a wet, rusty throat.
Let's hope it doesn't decide to swallow.
Don't put that image in my head when we're inside it. He moves forward, the echo of his boots stretch out, layering over itself. For a disturbing moment, it sounds like someone else is walking behind him. He stops and listens.
Sensory sharpness. There's movement ahead. Not rats, larger. The sound of claws on grating. Multiple sets.
An abstract? I was wondering why we hadn't come across one yet.
It's the throat! It's swallowing! I don't want to be food! I really did not mean to actually upgrade that. I'm so sad. The state in which the thought process stops almost completely and the ability to interact is reduced. Howard's hands hovers near his holster. The darkness ahead is dense, playing tricks on his eyes. It could be an abstract, or it could be his imagination. Then, soft barks, muffled, careful, as if someone taught them not to make noise. Oh my god, is it my dogs? This cannot be true. Did they survive? Howard follows the sound. The muffled whines guide him through a maze of collapsed concrete and steam vents until the pipe opens into a wider chamber. And there, on an island of rubble and shredded insulation, are the dogs. Miko, Carlos, Hera, and Luca. They are dirtier, their fur stained by the Foundation soot, but they look well fed and alert. I mean, somebody's probably watching them, but you know. Let's call out their names and see if they recognize us. Howard takes a breath and calls softly, Miko, Carlos, Hera, Luca. The reaction is immediate but contained. Miko lets out a confused, high-pitched whine, his ears perked. Hera and Luca shift their weight, their ears twitching, but they stay positioned as a shield between Howard and the back of the chamber. They remember him, but their loyalty has clearly shifted to something else in the room. Beast mode for spectral sight. Watch the dogs. They're reacting to something. Howard locks his gaze on the dogs. They are their best clues in the room. Miko lies on a folded piece of insulation, chin on paws, eyes half-lidded but aware. Carlos, beside him, is methodically cleaning a front paw. Hera sits upright. Her posture is loose, her head occasionally turning toward the large pipe. Luca lies beside her, her massive head resting on her feet, breathing slow and even. The dogs aren't acting like victims trapped in a pipe. They are acting like they are home. I'm not going to use my dice on this. Let's call out toward the pipe. Keep your voice calm. Howard takes a slow breath and steadies his posture. No weapon drawn. No sudden movement. Oh, hey, please don't be mad. I'm not here to take them. I just need to know they were okay. If you're using them as bait, this ends badly for you. Whoever you are, thank you for keeping them safe. Let's use our sensory sharpness. I can see they've been cared for. I just want to know by who. The moment Howard's voice hits the damp walls, the temperature in the chamber plummets. For 3 heavy heartbeats, nothing happens. Then, the shadow behind the pipe moves. What? A tall, uneven silhouette steps forward, and Howard's breath catches in his throat. He doesn't need spectral sight for this. What are we looking at? This is wild. Is he being controlled by a rabbit like Ratatouille? It's that same abstract, the one from the mission. It looks different, yet exactly how I remember. It closes the distance with shocking speed. Howard's hands flies to his holster, but he's too slow, his muscles locked in the freeze of prey. Just as it reaches him, the dogs erupt from their island of rubble. Miko yaps a sharp, piercing command. Carlos follows, darting ahead without hesitation. Luca plants himself directly in its path, his massive body a living barricade. The abstract stops. It looks down at the dogs, then back at Howard, its predatory instinct clashing with the quiet authority of the pack. It isn't a mindless killer. It is a shepherd, and it listens to its flock.
The abstract takes one last, long look at Howard, then moves back toward the far wall of the chamber, where a smaller, darker pipe mouth yawns open. It enters the darkness. One by one, the dogs follow. Miko trots after without hesitation. Hera pauses at the pipe's entrance, looks back at Howard once, then disappears inside. Luca follows her. Only Carlos remains for a moment. He looks at the pipe, then back at Howard. He whines, a soft, confused sound. Then, as if remembering something, he turns and dashes back toward Howard. He stops at Howard's feet, drops something from his mouth, and lets out a single, deep bark, a goodbye that echoes through the rusty throat of the passage. Then spins and bolts for the pipe, vanishing into the same consuming darkness as the others. +1 XP gain, you deserved a kind ending, thank you. They found their way home. Howard reaches down into the soot, his fingers closing around the punctured rubber of a ball and a few scattered dice. Carlos's farewell. +3 dice. I'm glad you saw them again. I think they wanted you to. Just so you'd know they aren't alone anymore. And safe. He takes one last look at the pipe where they disappeared, then turns back the way he came. Yay! A small rubber ball, its surface torn and misshapen from countless bites, crowned in grime, old teeth marks, and a faint warmth that hasn't yet faded. We have the bolt, a rusted bolt from a collapse. Oh, that's the one we brought. Oh, we kept our beer. Howard's memo to exiles and the things we build in spite of everything. Rogue die, a favorite among break-in crews and off-grid couriers. Common on the black routes between Nethervale and the Foundation. They say street soldiers mint these from melted down surveillance cameras. +2 to perception. Broken dice. Nobody wants broken change. That's exactly why it lasts. It moves from hand to hand on the oldest economic principle in New Stratum. Make it the next person's problem. Oh, we got a lucky die. Thanks, puppos. It's drowned velvet. The shop smells like damp fabric and lavender. It's a narrow, dimly lit corridor lined with racks of clothing that sway gently from the vibration of the mag train's weight overhead. Sitting on a pile of rags in the center is the vendor. She is sewing a button onto nothing, just stitching the air. I am Velvet, and you? You are loud. Not your voice, your texture. You feel like sandpaper and grinding gears. You hurt the air just by walking through it. Why are you sewing nothing? I am not sewing nothing. I am repairing the ghost of a jacket that was burned yesterday. Sorry, I'll try walking softer next time. Secret insight unlocked. Self-weight. Where is it? The more you try to be gentle, the heavier you become. You are a black hole of heavy choices. You are always sorry. Sorry for the noise. Sorry for the space you take up. Sorry for being a weapon in a room of glass. You try to walk lightly, but your regret weighs more than the metal. Softer won't help. You'd need a different soul for that. I'm here to buy a coat. To hide the metal or to hide the man? Never mind. It's the same thing. I need something that hides things. Velvet stands up.
She moves like she has no bones. Wait, I cannot fit a coat to a ghost. I need to measure the displacement. She pulls a rusted tape measure from her neck. She doesn't touch him with it. She holds it 3 inches from his metal plating, measuring the empty space around him. You are a difficult size, metal man. You are an extra large in sorrow, but a medium in hope. She leans closer, squinting at the length of his boosted arms. Impossible in width. I cannot put sleeves on you. Too long. Too hungry. You need a vest. Stop doing that. It feels like you're skinning me. Do you charge extra for the psychoanalysis? Just find me something that fits. Boring. You want function over form. You want to be a wall, not a window. Fine. Let us cover the noise. She turns to the rack and pulls down 3 identical-looking vests. This is the survivor. It's heavy. It has seen violence. It knows how to take a hit. This is the mule. Reinforced lining. Extra hidden pockets. You can fit a shotgun, a bottle of whiskey, and a spare arm in here without ruining the silhouette. And this is the standard. Cheap synthetic. It keeps the rain off, but if you get set on fire, it melts to your skin. Ooh, we can get a +2 persuasion modifier? Let's go. I wanted the mule anyway. Let's see, where's my horrible dice? We'll get rid of the broken one. We'll get rid of one of the anger issues one. You can now suffer in style. Velvet sits back down on her pile of rags and resumes stitching the empty air. Now get out. You're blocking my light. Howard bundles the heavy fabric under his arm and steps back out into the wet grind of the foundation, Magway thunder rolling overhead. He sheds the old rags and pulls on the new vest. It sits right. With a terrifying delicacy, his massive metal fingers pinch the stem of Rose. He lifts her from the filth and tucks her safely into the fresh breast pocket of the new vest. Nice! Clean pocket, soft fabric. It's like you upgraded my prison cell. And, oh, is that Dice? Did you rob her, or did she just forget to empty the pockets? Either way, I'm calling it a finder's fee. Yes, we got 3 dice! So we ended up only paying no dice for that. The Gutter Arcade. The Gutter Arcade is a dead-end alley where the neon signs buzz loud enough to kill a headache. In the center of a small crowd, a man with jittery hands and a smile missing 3 teeth stands behind a makeshift table. Step right up, test your sight against the light. 3 cups, 1 prize. His hands are a blur. 3 rusted metal cups slide, scrape, and orbit each other. A single gleaming die flashes beneath 1 cup before being trapped. The eyes lie, the hand is swift, but fortune favors the sufficiently observant. Or the sufficiently stupid. I'm both. His visored gaze lands on Howard. Oh ho, big guy. All that metal must weigh down the perception. Or maybe you're just rich and bored. Tell ya what, simple rules for the heavy hitter. You put dice on the table, and if you find the lady, I double it. You bet 1, you get 2. You bet 4, you walk away with 8. You miss, I keep the change. High stakes, simple math. Can your processors handle that? We'll do 1. Good, good.
His hands become a hypnotic storm. The cups fly, spin, and swap positions in a dizzying pattern. With sensory sharpness, we listen. 2 cups land with a hollow clack. The third, the middle one, has a faint solid thud as the die inside settles. It's in the middle. The pattern is a repeating sequence. Left, right, middle, swap. Alright, Coppa's looking at me. This is an insult. Just pick one, and when it's wrong, break the table. The shuffling stops. The 3 cups sit in a line, identical and silent. Try middle. The shuffler lifts the chosen cup with a theatrical flourish. Empty. No! He snaps his fingers and lifts the cup on the far end. The die sits there, mocking. Impossible. I heard the thud. I was sure. Unless he tapped the table with his ring to mimic the sound. Oh, tricky. Another round. Fortune is a fickle friend. She often smiles right after she slaps you. Double or nothing is the best cure for a loss. No way. I know when to quit. Howard turns away, stepping out of the alley and back into the crushing humidity of the concrete labyrinth. The Magway trains thunder overhead, drowning out the cheers and curses of the crowd behind him. I should have used the dumb ones. A true Foundation experience. Whether you're walking away rich or broke, the smell is exactly the same. Move. Static Uncles. The interior of Static Uncles is a claustrophobic nightmare. It's a hollowed-out Magway carriage jammed into a concrete alcove. Every inch of the walls is covered in tech rot, stacks of cracked screens, wire nests, and bins labeled with nonsense like "works sometimes" and "do not ask." Behind the counter sits the uncle. He's wearing 3 pairs of goggles on his forehead and is currently soldering a toaster to a radio. I didn't steal it. It was trash. One man's trash is... Oh, you're not an alternated. You're just big. Speak. I need a comic. Good. Straight to business. I got shelves of them, but you gotta narrow it down. You want it sturdy, sealed up, or just stupid cheap? Something that works, nothing fancy. What's the most secure one you have? Cheapest thing that won't explode. He kicks a rusted toolbox. It slides open, revealing 3 devices nestled in oily rags. Option A, the brick. Military surplus. Range of 3 blocks. Battery life of 10 minutes. Can be used as a blunt weapon. 2 dice. Option B, the whisper. Stolen from a corp rat. Encrypted. Only shows the color green. 4 dice. Oh, that's expensive. Option C, the mystery. I don't know what it does. Sometimes it picks up FPD frequencies, sometimes it screams. 1 die. Like, if you did this, you would just have to still, let's see. It's a passive modifier. +2 intelligence with the mystery. I guess we're gonna go with the cheap one this time. It's probably a dumb idea, but I'm not gonna pay 4. Oh wait, no, we only needed 1 dice. You are once again reachable. Tragic. Howard stows the new comic away. The uncle is already ignoring him, goggles sliding back down to magnify a circuit board. 1 crisis averted. You are now capable of calling for help, even if your pride won't let you. Howard steps away from the storefronts, the weight of the new vest settling over his plating. Let's see. So vest, Komik, we have the gear. We're moving, or now we wait.
Wait here in the open? Brilliant. You really want to be found.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't actually want to wait. Moving draws attention.
So does standing still like a lost tourist. You're a fugitive, Howard. Fugitives don't wait. They move quietly. They learn the tunnels, the crowds, the shadows. They know where to vanish.
So we drift.
We drift. The Foundation is a maze. Dead drops, forgotten stashes, people looking for muscle. Besides, we spent a lot of dice back there. Maybe we find something useful in the gutters before we go confront the past. Worst case, you get grimier. Best case, we get richer. Either way, let's go.
There's a supply van, vending machine, and Mama's Finest. A delivery van sits abandoned in the middle of the street. One front tire is blown out, leaving the front corner resting low. The vehicle is dirty with fresh dents and scratches along its side. Inspect the company logo. Howard wipes away a layer of dirt from the panel to read the lettering underneath. Weird Co. Beneath it a slogan, delivering better tomorrows. Examine the dents and scratches. Howard examines the fresh, deep scrapes running along the van's side. Pieces of a broken red headlight are wedged into the impact zone. Someone rammed them off the road. Check the driver's cabin. Howard wrenches the heavy door open and slides halfway onto the driver's seat, getting a better angle to check the compartments. Okay, so I was just gonna look there, but let's check under the seats. Howard kneels and shines a light under the driver's seat. Amidst the dust, crumbs, and trash, he spots a few dropped dice. He pockets them. Nice, stole 3 dice. Check the sun visors. Howard pulls down the visors. A small handful of dice clatters into his lap, along with an expired parking stub. He pockets the dice. Glove compartment? Howard pops the latch. It's filled with crumpled toll receipts and old napkins, but buried in the back, he finds a small pocket radio. He takes it. Howard flips open the lid. He sifts through a tangle of old charging cables and empty gum wrappers, but comes up empty-handed. Howard slides out of the driver's seat and pushes the heavy door shut. The latch clicks firmly into place as he steps back onto the street. Check the blown front tire. Howard crouches beside the wheel. The tire is completely shredded, and a closer look at the exposed rim reveals a clean puncture hole. What about the rear doors? Howard grips the handle and pulls the rear door. The rear doors swing open without resistance. The bay is completely empty. Deep scrape marks scar the floor, leading toward a dead man sitting against the wall. He has a clean bullet hole in his forehead. Examine the scrape marks. Howard traces the deep gouges in the steel floor. They run straight out the back, disappearing over the edge of the loading ramp. Whatever it was back here was incredibly heavy, and the attackers dragged it out in a hurry. Search the empty bay for clues. Howard scans the empty space for anything the attackers might have left behind. Tucked in the corner where the floor meets the wall, he spots a thick metal bolt. He picks it up, turning it over in his hand before quietly pocketing it. What about the dead man? Howard climbs into the van and crouches beside him. The man's hand is still wrapped around a delivery manifest. Moisture has fused most of the pages together and bled the ink, but the final line is legible. Delivery confirmed. We're gonna leave it. What do we see through the windshield? The cabin is empty. A stale coffee sits in the cup holder and the keys are gone from the ignition. Howard leaves the van behind and continues down the street. Whatever happened here, he doesn't need to get involved. Oh man, that was a good check. It could have been dangerous, but we got lucky. We found bureaucratic die, corpo die, a debt die. Minted from the melted ID badges of prisoners volunteered to build Nethervale. New Stratum turned convict labor into infrastructure and leftovers into pocket change. Because I have the True Detective guy. Originally minted as pension tokens for the NVPD and FPD, these dice were given to officers as proof that loyalty would eventually be repaid. Like most promises made in New Stratum, they didn't stay intact for long. Check out the vending machine. An old vending machine stands against the side of a shipping container. The snack rows inside are half empty. A thick layer of dust coats the glass. Inspect the snacks. Howard wipes a patch of dust from the glass to get a better look. The few remaining packages inside are bloated, their fading plastic wrappers wedged tight between rusted metal coils. But the machine survived. Look at it. Rusted, neglected, barely holding together. Yet it's still here. Metal buys time. Time for what? Howard instinctively flexes his mechanical hand. I get it now. I don't want to buy anything. Can I kick it? I should have used my metal arm. Howard steps back and delivers a firm kick to the machine's side. The heavy metal casing clangs under the impact. Inside, a rusted coil shifts. Something rattles down the chute and drops into the collection tray. Ah, you broke it so good it gave you a prize. He forces his hand past the stiff security flap. We got items collected that were preserved by neglect. Nothing moves until you make it. Alright, nice. Howard quietly steps away. Behind him, the vending machine fades into the silence and the fog, still standing, still waiting. Oh, he dropped some candy. We got a clarity chew. They say focus can't be bottled, but someone managed to pack it into a gumball. When your senses falter, this gum gives you a second chance to sharpen up. Re-roll a perception check. Rage chew. One bite and your blood starts boiling on purpose. Controlled anger, weaponized irritation. Perfect for when you need to stay furious long enough to finish the job. Okay. However, we're not going to go to Mama's Finest, because that'll move us into the next thing. And we are at the end of stream here, coming up on 6 hours. So we're going to stop it here. This game will return probably next week to finish it up. I think we're almost done. But I really, really like it. I'm glad that we managed to survive. Let me tell you, the game, well, to be fair, we've died like 4 times. To be fair. But, you know. Guiding the raid to Dell. Alright, sounds good to me. Okie dokie. Thank you all for being here today. I hope you had fun with either Crystalla or Celestial Return, or both. Both of those games will most likely return next week, maybe even on the same day again like we did today. I don't know. If you're not a regular here, I stream Monday through Friday starting at 11:30 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time and ending approximately 6 hours after that. We do variety here with an emphasis on indie. Tomorrow we will be back, although it's possible we may be late tomorrow. I'm not sure. Tomorrow we actually do have work being done on the house. Some stuff getting fixed. So if it's noisy, I'll be a little bit late. I'll let you guys know in the Discord. But when we do start, we'll be checking out a sneak peek of the game High Times, which is a visual novel dating simulator in a donut shop. Just wait. That one I won't have to read as much because it's voiced. Yay! So we're gonna be checking that out. It comes out on Thursday, but we are checking it out early. Thursday, Voyagers of Nira. Friday, Pixel Yaps with Lunaromi. And then the Wild Heart Beta. And that's the rest of this week with me. Good night, YouTube!